Bonjour, mon ami. You're listening to the Sort Yourself Out podcast. This week, we're discussing how to be an agent of healing in the world. I'm your host, Janine Hunt, natural health therapist for over 30 years, hypnotherapist, lifelong student, and spiritual seeker. I like to seek out the most effective practices and techniques that provide the greatest bang for my buck and the fastest route to freedom from whatever is holding us back. I can't wait to share with you these powerful techniques so that you too can sort yourself out, know deeper meaning in your life, and best of all, a sense of inner peace. So let's get started. Well, hello there. I am so pleased that you've joined me today. This week, we're discussing a topic that is dear to my heart: how to be an agent of healing in the world. And I know that this is a topic that concerns many of you as well. And maybe you, like many people I know, feel that you've got so much to offer the world, but maybe you just don't quite know yet what that is or where to start. Or perhaps you're giving into imposter syndrome, thinking, who am I to think I can change anything or make a difference in the world? And I totally understand this, as I have thought this myself many, many times. Hell, I still do from time to time. But I don't let it stop me anymore. You may have heard this beautiful quote from Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Oh, I love that. Now, generally, I'm not one to go bandying the G word around, G-O-D. I'm afraid it's a hangover from my atheist days that I still feel mildly embarrassed and a little bit queasy, if I'm really honest, to use that word. But I do believe that there is a higher creative power and that each of us has beating in our hearts a spark of that divine energy. And Marianne is right. We are all here to sort ourselves out, to evolve ourselves, and to share our best with the world. So today, as we talk about how you can be an agent of healing in the world, we are going to start with what I call my personal mantra and raison d'etre, and that is uplift yourself, inspire others, transform the world. Yes, my friend, it all begins with you. Fear not, you don't need to be Mother Teresa or start some massive charity or ecological movement. What you do need to do is to start with yourself. Imagine if all the billions of people on earth started with themselves. They uplifted themselves and then focused on living with integrity, uplifting others, and putting their talents and skills to use in the world to serve and uplift others, or nurture, protect, and beautify the planet and all within it. Just imagine if everyone did that. How amazing would that be? Because that is what I mean by being an agent of healing. It doesn't have to be some big, complex, hairy deal. You may not even consider yourself consciously to be an agent of healing. But if you are working on sorting yourself out and desiring to give your best to the world, then you are a healing influence in the world. We are one. The earth is an entity that, just like us, has a physical body, the planet we live on, including all of the lives in physical incarnation upon it. It has an animating spirit akin to our own souls, and that is comprised of our own souls. What if all of the parts, the cells, the people were working in harmony, working optimally, reaching their potential on ever higher turns of the spiral, rather like a perfectly healthy and perfectly functioning body? Now, we're not there yet, but when each human life adds their own power and potential, we can reach a critical mass that tips the balance towards beauty and the divine possibilities of our higher potential. At the moment in the world, we are in a phase of transition. There's the ending of the Piscean era, which has been governing humanity for the past 2,000 years and is characterized by paternalism and power over others. So we've got this transition of the ending of the Piscean era and the beginning of the Aquarian era, in which brotherhood, teamwork, and equitable sharing of the world's resources will work out. So the old energies of the Piscean era are dying out and losing power. But all around the world, we can see and feel the desperate struggles of the vested interests to hold on to their power and maintain the status quo. They're clinging on for dear life, and it would be easy to think they're winning when you look at the recent separative waves that have engulfed American and European politics in recent years. But the Aquarian dynamic is growing in power. It can be an uneasy time, though, as the old ways are breaking down all around us. The old world order and the energies that have been conditioning it for thousands of years are breaking down and being destroyed. That whole old world order is coming to a close, but the new one is not yet established. So it can be a very uncomfortable time, this transition phase. But each person, each single individual who adds their power to the new dynamic is contributing to the evolution of humanity, the evolution of the planet, and I'll even go a little bit further, the evolution of the whole bloody solar system and all of the lives upon it. Gandhi said we need to be the change we wish to see in the world. So it comes down to each of us individually, and then the power and momentum that we create en masse as we come together. So I want to break it down a bit now to see how you can be an agent of healing in the world. Now, maybe when I say that, you start biting your nails or shrinking into your hoodie, or my fave, hiding under the table. You may be thinking, little me, this little speck of dust in the universe, what can I possibly do? And it's totally understandable. But it's also actually really simple and quite comforting, I think, because in a very real way, you uplift the good of the whole when you uplift yourself. So when you sort yourself out, when you work on improving your own well-being, on being a more balanced, healthy human who feels good in her own skin, you are already doing it, my friend. Hurrah! It's as simple as that. You are already being an agent of healing. And then there's my other mantra. Our own well being radiates out and uplifts everyone we meet. Now, this may sound a little fruity, but you know it deep down. You've met people who light up the room with their positivity and joy. Their attitude is infectious. You felt that personal magnetism yourself when you're high on life, and people just want to be around you. So, when you've sorted yourself out, or you're on the path to sorting yourself out, and you feel well in yourself, especially mentally and emotionally, those vibes radiate out and uplift everyone you meet. You are literally raising the vibration of all creation when you operate at a higher level. Wow. Now, what if you're not there yet? Well, that's where you can begin. You work on sorting yourself out. I suggest you go back to look at some of my earlier podcasts, like episode 1, How to Be Better Than Happy, and listen to my top tips for living a fulfilling life that goes way beyond and much deeper than plain old happiness. Episode 3, where I discuss the 3 phases of transformation and how to activate them in your life, could also be really helpful for you. In it, I discuss the 3 phases of transformation and why they are so important. Now, the 3 phases of transformation allow you to sort yourself out and, holy of holies, to gain some inner peace. And when you attain that, you can really amplify your power to transform the world. Here's a quick recap of the 3 phases of transformation. Phase number 1, raise your awareness. This phase involves us becoming aware of our self-talk and of what is going on in the subconscious mind. Because believe me, as I discovered when I quit drinking, it can be an unholy mess in there. Until you shine a light on all the crap that's going on in there, you are at its mercy, and it will be a major source of self-sabotage and disquiet in your life. Phase number 2, liberate yourself. This phase is all about liberating ourselves from the unhelpful ideas and untrue suppositions and limiting beliefs that we discover lurking in our subconscious minds, blocking our success and aspirations. And phase number 3, reprogram your mind. In this phase, we reprogram our minds at the subconscious level with beliefs that facilitate lasting change. There are 2 important aspects to this phase. 1, we choose the beliefs, the helpful, nourishing, and progressive beliefs that we are going to install in our minds. We consciously choose. And 2, we use techniques and practices that allow us to install the beliefs at the subconscious level where they will be accepted and where we can get past resistance that we may have on a conscious level. This makes a huge difference from trying to install a belief from a conscious level. The upshot is that it is completely possible to really uplift your well-being on all levels, and also that only you can do it. You've got to make the choice to do it and make it a priority. And I have all sorts of techniques and practices up my sleeve to raise our awareness, to liberate ourselves, and to reprogram our minds, which I share in my podcasts. I favor a top-down approach to cultivating well-being, meaning that we use the higher parts of ourself to manage the lower parts. And this top-down approach creates an exponential shift whose effects ripple out to uplift all areas of our lives through the higher awareness that it generates. Most people cannot go wrong by starting with meditation, which helps in all three phases. So, when you sort yourself out, everyone benefits. Your relationships improve, you're happier, you're nicer to people, you're more patient. And also, when you begin to sort yourself out and to feel good about yourself, you shift from being needy to being someone who gives more freely of herself, someone who's available to help other people. You're less focused on yourself and your problems, and you've got more bandwidth to take in the bigger picture of life. You notice opportunities to serve others. You just see them popping up all around you, and you're in a position to act upon them. And this often leads us to seek out our higher purpose in life, which we may not have been able to discern when we were in a bit of a mess in an inner way. As you sort yourself out, you get clarity about what you are here to do. You become concerned with sharing your skills and talents and your own unique beauty with the world. And that is what we are here to do. Hello, I'm going to repeat that. We are here to share our skills and talents and our own unique beauty for the upliftment of the world. There's only one of you. There's only one of me. And according to the Ageless Wisdom, we have been developing our skills, talents, and qualities across countless incarnations. We each have our own unique interests and perspectives and speciality, and it is up to us to unfold them and share them with the world. Nice. It is our responsibility, and the world needs our contribution. The world is counting on us to sort ourselves out and bring our best shit to the world. It needs it. It needs everybody to do that. So just imagine if everyone did that with a view to the good of the whole. Wow. The whole world would be transformed. Now, if you'd like some more info about discovering your higher purpose, you might want to check out episode 11, where I dedicated a whole podcast to discussing just that. Also, if you are interested in learning more deeply about all of these fascinating and life-enhancing topics, I have some really exciting news to share on how you can amplify your own well-being as well as your positive impact in the world. In a couple of months, I will be launching my membership experience called The Inner Circle. In this new monthly membership, I'll be offering my most powerful top-down techniques to sort yourself out, to free yourself of your hang-ups and baggage, to take charge of your mind, and to nourish your soul. There'll be mini courses, hypnosis sessions, guided meditations, EFT tapping videos, neurolinguistic programming techniques, mindfulness training, the Ageless Wisdom teachings, and so much more good stuff, so that wherever you are on your path to well-being, you can start right there and then take the next step when you're ready. You'll have all the tools, practices, and techniques you need to not just heal your life, but to make it more meaningful, fulfilling, peaceful, and beautiful. To really bring your best to the world and to be an agent of healing. So if you're ready to transform your well-being and really be an agent of healing in the world and would like to be kept informed, go on over to theinspirationcloud.com/ membership to get on the wait list, and I'll keep you in the loop. I'll put a link to that in the show notes. But once again, the address is theinspirationcloud.com/membership. Okay, folks, I've got a little treat for you. It's a free guided meditation called the Inner Smile Meditation, and it's designed to get your endorphins flowing. Those are the feel-good hormones that give you a natural buzz, and they raise your vibration. They really rev up your good vibes so you can attract higher vibrational things, people, circumstances, and opportunities in your life. And as we've been talking about today, to give your best to the world. You're going to give your best stuff to the world when you are operating on a high vibration. And the Inner Smile Meditation fosters just that. It only takes a few minutes. It's just like 5 or 6 minutes long, but it gives you a buzz and a nice little afterglow that you will carry out into your day and into every single contact you make throughout your day. So give it a go. You deserve a little treat, and the people around you will benefit from it as well. You'll find a link in the show notes, or you can get it at theinspirationcloud.com/SYO18. And those are the digits 18, not the word 18. So that's theinspirationcloud.com/SYO18. Okay, my friend, that's it for today. I'm going to hit the road now. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I really do appreciate it. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. I really hope you found it helpful and full of uplifting ideas that you can put into practice in your life. And if you have, chances are your friends and family will too. So please share it with them on social media. You'll be helping them to sort themselves out, because I bet you think they need it, right? But seriously, you'll also be doing me a huge favor, and I will be eternally grateful for your generosity. It would also be lovely if you would leave me a review on iTunes, preferably a nice one, please. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast while you're there. If you have any questions or would like me to address a certain topic, I'd love to hear from you. You can email me at info@theinspirationcloud.com. Have a good one, folks. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.